I just saw a black woman. Okay, let me start over. It will make sense. Just hear me out. My grandma was a very important person in my life. She was very open-minded, kind of a heavy evergreener. She was kind of a hippie. Anyway, she had property up in Mount Rainier, and next to her property was this really big river, and we would go there and we would like take rocks, and we'd always look for rocks that had like really crazy patterns on it, like white streaks going down, or ones that look like granite, or maybe it was shaped like a heart. Like, we just tried to find the most unique rocks. And when I was picking out all these rocks and I showed my grandma, she wasn't disappointed, but she was just like, very cute, very cute. And then she said, have you ever tried to find a rock that was very dark? I mean, very dark, almost black. And I was like, no. Like, I like the ones that have like stuff all over them. And she said, well, these are beautiful, but if you ever find a rock that is very dark, if you pull it out of the water, if you pull it out of the river and the water is still on it and you shine it in the sun, it's the most beautiful rock there is. I mean, gorgeous. And I thought, like, okay. And it really wasn't that big of a deal to me as a kid, because I thought, like, okay, whatever, it's just a rock. And I want ones that have patterns all over them. Grandma, in that conversation, told me, oh, I'm gonna cry. She told me that there was this man that worked with her when she used to work in these, like, chemical labs, and he was black. And she said that when they were inside, that he was a handsome man, but he was truly the most gorgeous person she'd ever seen. When they would go outside for breaks, she said he was usually sweating a little bit from working, and when we go outside, we get like a little bit of a break. The water or the sweat that was going down his face, it would just kind of sit down his head or on his cheekbones. And she said he had to have been the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. She said, and it reminded me of these rocks that I would find from the river. They truly are the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. They just glisten in the sun. And I just thought that was really sweet. And I was in my living room today, and I was looking at some rocks that the girls had collected. I looked out my living room window, and there was this girl, this black woman, with very dark complexion, walking down my street. And I know everyone who walks down these streets because I'm a stay-at-home mom and I just look out the window all day, like, seriously. And she had her hair in a ponytail like this, and she had highlighter on right here that I could see from my window. Like, that's how much she was shining. And it was raining outside, and there was just water like falling down her shoulders, and it just like hit me, and I was like, wow, like, Grandma was right. That is the most beautiful person I have ever seen in my life. Like, she is literally glistening. She's shining just the same as Grandma had described this rock, or the guy that she used to work with and that I secretly think she's in love with. But just, wow, she was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. I was just watching her walk down the road. Don't know why she's walking down here, because no one here is worthy of all that beauty. This is not the best neighborhood. I was like, why are you here? Like, what the heck? I was gonna go out the door and just let her know she looks beautiful today, and when I opened the door, she was gone. She wasn't there. I was like, what the heck? Like, there's no way she made it past the point where I can't see her anymore. But it was just so weird that I was looking at these rocks, and then I saw her, and just crazy.